Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, GMB Today. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. ITV The Chase host Bradley Walsh slammed a player for teasing an exciting game before telling him he was wasting our time on the latest episode of the show. Bradley Walsh called out a contestant for wasting our time on Friday's installment of The Chase, September 5th. The ex-Coronation Street actor welcomed contestants Anne, Lucy, Yusuf, and Roy as they teamed up to face chaser Paul the Sinner Man and win some money on the ITV quiz show. However, after contestant Lucy got knocked out following a lackluster beginning to the program, contestant Roy was hoping to raise the bar and change fortunes for his teammates. Despite managing only $2K in the cash builder round, Paul kindly offered him $42K in an attempt to increase the excitement. Roy, apparently interested, remarked, "I tell you what, that $42K is pretty tempting." Brad jumped in, responding, "Oh yeah, not half." Following a brief moment of consideration, he then declared, "There are only three of us. I'll just go for the 2K. A letdown Bradley shot him a withering glance before declaring, "Oh, okay. You're building everyone's hopes up there. You're wasting our time, quite frankly. 2K it is." Yusuf became the first contestant to secure a cash reward and return to the squad as he won $4K against quiz expert Paul. Viewers were left feeling a bit let down by the contestant's performance in a recent episode. However, things took an unexpected turn when Anne stepped up to face the chaser. Despite only securing $4K in her cash builder round, she was offered a whopping $86K as her high offer. After revealing her dream of visiting her two children in Australia, Anne decided to go for it and try to win the staggering sum of money, despite her remaining teammate Yusuf urging her to take the $4K and get back to help them secure victory in the final chase. Viewers were delighted with Anne's decision, which added some excitement to the episode. "Good one, Anne," cheered one fan. Another wrote, "Fun to go high. Fingers crossed for her." In a surprising twist, Paul stumbled over several answers, and Anne made it back to Yusuf as they played for a tidy $90K cash prize. Fans were ecstatic. "Go, Anne! $90K!" exclaimed one viewer. "The questions fell for her, but well done, Anne," wrote another, while a third praised, "Anne is brilliant, went high and trusted her gut." Unfortunately, the team only managed to score 14 in their final chase attempt, with Paul telling them they were answering too slow. Viewers had plenty to say. 14? You have more chance of me laying an egg in the next 10 minutes. And, nope, that 90K is toast today. Paul, however, was on top form, managing to catch the team with 37 seconds left on the clock. Anne and Yusuf left empty-handed. "Well played," he said. The studio lights glowed brighter than ever before as the cameras rolled on another episode of The Chase. The familiar hum of excitement filled the air as Bradley Walsh strolled onto the stage, his trademark grin plastered across his face. The crowd erupted with applause, but Bradley's sharp eyes were already fixed on the first contestant of the night, an overconfident young man named Simon. "Welcome to the show, Simon," Bradley began warmly. "Tell us a little about yourself." Simon, dressed in a flashy suit 2 sizes too small, leaned forward as though he were about to deliver a TED Talk. "Well, Brad, I consider myself something of a genius. Trivia is my life. My mates all call me the walking encyclopedia. Honestly, I think this will be a walk in the park." Bradley chuckled, but there was an edge to it. He had seen hundreds of contestants boast before. The real test was always in the questions. The cash builder began, and to the audience's surprise, Simon faltered on the simplest of queries. "Which planet is known as the red planet?" Bradley asked. Simon squinted. Saturn?" The crowd gasped. Bradley's jaw dropped. "Saturn?" He let out his signature laugh, bending over the desk. "Simon, you're telling me Saturn is red? Mate, you've been looking at the wrong science books." By the end of the round, Simon had only managed to scrap together 1,000 pounds. The audience's earlier admiration had turned into restless murmurs. But Simon wasn't fazed. As he strode confidently to face the chaser, Ann Hegarty, he winked to Bradley. "Don't worry, Brad. I've been saving my brain power for the real challenge." The head-to-head began, but Simon's responses grew stranger with each question. "Which Shakespeare play features the line, 'to be or not to be'?" Anne asked. Simon declared, "Macbeth." Bradley's face froze. He looked directly at the camera, then back at Simon. "Are you winding me up? Macbeth?" He turned to the audience, arms outstretched. "This lad is wasting our time." The room erupted with laughter and applause, but Simon continued to dig himself deeper. He guessed J.K. Rowling as the author of Pride and Prejudice and thought the capital of France was Brussels. Bradley finally slammed his hand on the desk, half laughing, half exasperated. "Simon, honestly, I could have brought my Nan on this show, and she'd have smashed it better than this. You've got to be kidding me." Anne, struggling to hold back her smirk, delivered the final blow with ease. Simon was swiftly caught, leaving the stage with his confidence deflated and the crowd chuckling. As Simon walked off, Bradley turned to the camera with a playful but pointed shake of his head. "Ladies and gentlemen, remember this. Confidence is good, but you've actually got to know something. Otherwise, you're just wasting everyone's time, including mine." The audience roared with laughter and applause, and Bradley leaned back with a mischievous grin. It was just another day on the chase, where knowledge was king and ego always paid the price.